Far back in the strange years of 2020 and 2021, much of the world faced lockdowns, and many of us were told to isolate to combat the spread of a bizarre illness. Some folks took up new hobbies, others got drunk. I delved deeper into my brain, wandered far through fantastical lands, and created a conglomerate of new friends. They were figments of my imagination, yes, but just because something lives in one's imagination, does that mean it's not real? Yes, it does. Anyway, come with me as I recount my adventures and get ready to meet the friends I made in isolation. In my mind, I traveled to ancient castles. I walked beautiful beaches and fought my way through forests, ever pondering life's most important questions. Why are we here? Is the human species innately good or intrinsically evil? I also pondered some less important questions like, what if hyenas could do algebra? One friend that I spent a lot of time with was Gernard Dunt. I liked spending time with Gernard because he always had such a positive outlook on life. It was quite uplifting.
I get me kicks from annoying others. I find the best ways to do this are reading out diary entries as if you're in an historical documentary, and making it seem like I believe everything is a caravan. Quite niche, I know. My friend said to me, he said, Gernard, have you seen that movie about penguins narrated by Morgan Freeman? I said, is it a caravan? He said, no, Gernard, it's not a caravan, you twat. I pointed at a bin yesterday, claimed it were a caravan. Me wife said she'd leave me if I didn't grow up and stop calling her handbag a caravan. So to cheer myself up, I took a dump in it. It's the little things in life that bring the most joy. Although, to be fair, the turd weren't little. It were massive and purple. It had veins. Gernard Dunt's diary.
Another friend I had during this odd era was Daisy Corduroy. Daisy was a nice lass. She wouldn't say a bad word about anyone, although she didn't really say much, to be honest, nor do much. I don't want to be mean because, like I say, she was a lovely person. It's just that there's nothing really striking or overly exciting that I can say about her. Daisy didn't really have any notable hobbies or interests, and she didn't share any political or cultural opinions. Overall, she was quite unremarkable, but I loved her anyway. Occasionally, she would transform into a clothes horse. I spent a lot of time in my own imagination, travelling to fantasy realms. I visited the rocky island of Wetpupu, wandered the world of Grap, where oven mitts grow on trees, and even stopped by the land of the Leary Lizards. These two might look calm, but they ended up in prison for urinating on a public monument and 57 accounts of aggravated nipple twisting. My ability to conjure up these scenes made me realize that sometimes we all seek the thrill of adventure, but somewhere deep in our core, we also desire comfort. The mainstream media at that time was far from comforting. I preferred to tune in to the imaginary ramblings of Trent Ankle. He even had me on as a guest.
And just a reminder that we're living in weird times. Yesterday I saw this really strange fish. Looked a bit like a stingray.
Skate?
No, it just swam. I never saw it skate. That's all from the evening news at 8 a.m. Good afternoon. Is that hyena doing algebra?
There were of course many more adventures and numerous acquaintances which I don't have the time to mention, except in brief overview. Horace Wumpf, Kyle Coaster, Gargoyle Biff, Janie Laney Brainbox, the Tripe Triplets, Carruthers, and Squealing Rupert. As life returned to relative normalcy, I found myself retreating into my mind less and less. As people got back to their usual lives of jobs, boring commutes to jobs, and hating their jobs, I too had to get back to the real world. Gradually, I said farewell to my fictional friends. But how does one forget such things? Is it necessary to forget? What if I learned something important about myself through my time with these characters? A new appreciation of life in all its strange forms. Perhaps we all have adventures waiting for us if we only open our minds. Maybe in this real, difficult slog of day-to-day life, we need to use our imaginations more. Broaden our horizons. Dare to dream. From time to time my mind harkens back to those friends. I would dearly love to talk with them once more. Hear their voices one last time. Except Rupert.